Egyptians and people that have been in Egypt for a while, people that have been in Egypt for a while as non-Egyptians, have no tolerance for anything different than what they know or have been doing. They also do not want to learn why you do what you do, just that you are not doing it their way. And then I ask the question, where is the tolerance and understanding in Egypt? Because I know it's not in China. And I know it's pretty much not in Thailand. They just let you do it. But they don't accept it. They don't see it as a way of life that is viable.
Maybe it's
I don't understand this thing that you do something with a positive intent, but because you didn't do it the way that they do it, you get a negative response from them. But they never ask you or try to find out like why you did what you did. They just keep telling you, here in Egypt we do this. It's like, that's nice, but I didn't know that.
right.
So how could I do that if I didn't know that here in Egypt that's what you do?
I think they forget. I think that the people we've been interacting with forget that, one, we have an extensive amount of experience in many different countries, and two, that we've only been here for a few weeks and we only deal with them, so we aren't going to know the norms here.
Even if you did deal with other people, it doesn't guarantee that you know all of the cultural norms for the entire culture.
Right, and I don't know that it's appropriate for them to continue to say, here in Egypt we blah blah blah, when it's clearly just here in their environment. Because it may be totally different in other parts of the country. It may be totally different in a different business. It may be totally different with another set of people.
But here in Egypt, this is what they do, or
Right.
this is what they don't do.
And instead of, we try to be very respectful about, learning about the culture and putting those things into practice, but for them to constantly put this blanket statement, here in Egypt we blah blah blah, when really it should be, here in this business we do.
No, I'm not talking about business things. I'm talking about actual cultural things. Like, for example, yesterday I went, let's see, when we had the meeting, Wednesday,
Yep.
we had one person talking, then another person kept jumping in and talking over them, which made it very confusing to understand what the person was actually saying and what they were talking about. So I asked the person to stop talking so that I could hear what the person was saying, because I was getting two different pieces of information coming literally on both sides of my head. Super confusing, did not know what anybody was saying, because there's still a bit of a language barrier because of pronunciation. So it was like, I just need the one voice. I can't have the two voices going at the same time. The person got angry and ran out. So now I'm trying to steer clear of this individual, okay? And I come down.
We have to steer clear.
I have to steer clear of them.
They're hiding from everyone at this
Like
point.
I said, I have to steer clear, because as soon as they open their mouth, they're going to say something that's going to set me off.
Yeah.
So it's better that I stay away from them. But, so that was my intent, stay away from this person. But I come downstairs, I have to ask this, because I looked and saw all of the women all at the desk. Okay, so they're in this little kind of a huddle. And the one that is upset with me,
sensitive,
she's the one talking in the huddle. Okay, so I start coming down the stairs. Now I look and I see what's going on. I need the information. And it was like, do I go or do I just go back upstairs and just go without it? that was my decision to make. So I decided I need the information. I'll quietly just get the one person that I need to talk to and just kind of ask my thing and then go. So I go down there and I don't want to disturb anything. I don't want to make anybody angry. I'm trying not to do anything. And so I saw the person. I said, "Can you come here for a second?" Most of us realize that that's not a negative thing.
No.
It was.
Why?
The entire conversation stopped. One of the people down there got real angry with me and started, "Why did you do that? We don't do that in Egypt. What are you doing?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? I just needed to ask her a question." "Well, we don't do this in Egypt. That means like slave. That means like subordinate. You're over there." What the fuck are you talking about? It's like not even a thing that I literally was trying all I could to not be a disturbance. And you're telling me that, "Can you come here for a second?" Quietly, it was this thing, that's the bad thing, and then I got told, "No, you just interrupted, you just talked, and blah, blah." But that's rude. So then you have these two ideas clashing, and I still lose. I still lose in the exchange, because for them, they do it one way, my way is automatically wrong, and there's no middle ground. So it's like, what am I supposed to do with this? So then, coming into work every day, it's just gonna be like, fuck, really? Who do you talk to? I told somebody else that the other day. It's like, I can't talk to anybody here.
You can talk to me.
Really?
I'm a manager now, right?
Most times, we are not even, like one of us is teaching and the other one is not. Or both of us are teaching. There's very few times where both of us are not teaching and we're there. Okay? Maybe Sundays and Wednesdays. When I have to teach at 5 and you have to teach at 7.
Right.
But yeah, it's just like, I don't think they understand that is how hostile work environments begin. And they don't care. Because for them, it's not hostile. For them, it's just okay. Because they can relate to each other based on an understanding of cultural norms. But they're not willing to give you any good information so that you can navigate that. All you get is vitriol. And so it's just like, okay, I'll just go to work and that's all I'll do. And it's so funny. Usually that feeling for me is months in. It's not weeks. It's not like 2 weeks in.
It's not the first week, and I was feeling that the first week. You were feeling that the first week. And we've worked in a lot of places in a lot of countries.
Usually what I've encountered is the people are trying very hard to make you feel comfortable in those first few weeks.
Yeah.
Now, they're gonna slip into all these other behaviors, but the first few weeks they're like trying really hard. I mean, anything and everything that they, to try to get you in and try to, slip little pieces of information to you or whatever, like don't snap your fingers to the students or whatever. They try to, do that little stuff. This place has done none of that. All they've done is throw you in the deep end and then keep yelling at you that in Egypt, people can swim.
Even when we worked in Benshi, before we started teaching the classes, we were asked to go and observe how the classes were run at least 2 or 3 different
No,
teachers.
they wanted us to do that.
Why didn't they say that?
They did say that.
To whom?
They were like, "You can come in and watch my class," and I was just like, "No, thank you." I did not want to do that. When we were that whole first week, we could have been doing that. Did you want to do that?
I could not.
I mean, come on. No, that wouldn't have given us the information we needed anyway, though, because what we need to know is how many classes for each type of class.
Yeah, we needed
to know. Yeah, we needed to know how they did what they did, not watching them try to teach. Because if I'm going to sit in your class and watch you teach, I'm going to be critiquing your ability to teach. I'm still not learning how to navigate the world of this particular business and how they mete out education for their students. That doesn't tell me any of that. That needs to happen in a meeting. People have to tell you, this is what we do, this is how we do it. Not, I'm in my classes and all of a sudden, somebody comes in and says, next class you have to give a test.
Yeah,
and it's like, wait a minute,
I
I just finished 2. There's 4 chapters, I just finished 2, and you're saying next class I have to have a test? Why? It's like, because there's only 5 things. Why? Why is there only 5 things if the first class I wasn't supposed to teach? Which we had just been told. So we're not supposed to teach the first class, then the second class would be 1. And I keep doing this counting thing, trying to show them the hypocrisy of what they've been telling us. And then they say, at the end of all that stuff, but here we only do 5 classes. So all that shit you just said is 100% irrelevant. It doesn't matter that what you're saying is right. What matters is we only do 5 classes. So then you end up with a class where you're teaching 2 complete lessons and trying to rush through it because they didn't make it clear that they wanted you to compress the classes because the first class you're supposed to do this now new thing that they weren't doing and that everybody doesn't even know about yet. But the teachers have been told it. See, this is back to communication again. So I'm just like, just give me the facts, just tell me what I need to do, then I'll do it. Because I asked one person, are there tests made up for these things?
I've asked that many times.
I've gotten no from one person, I've gotten yes from another person, I've gotten no from another person. So then when I asked our new manager, are there tests for these things? And they said, yes. It's like, then why do people keep telling me no? It's like, how is it that you all have been here, but all of you don't know? And the people I was asking were the people that I have to go to get it printed out.
Oh, I got one better for you. I asked the new manager because I have a class that told me they were supposed to be having an exam soon. And so I asked the new manager, does this class have an exam already prepared so that I can review with them? Because I wasn't here for the first few sessions, somebody else taught it, and they skipped around the book. And they said, oh, I'll find out. Instead of finding out, the new manager just said, oh, they haven't taken any exams yet. And I'm like, I know, this is going to be the 5th class. They're telling me they have to take an exam. It's this level. I've now told this person it's this level 3 or 4 times. At no point did the new manager tell me that this particular level doesn't get midway exams. They get 1 cumulative exam at the end of 3 months. But for some reason, the students think they need an exam at the 5th class. It wasn't until I spoke to the owner and asked the same question that he explained it to me. You can give them quizzes anytime you want, but they have a cumulative exam at the end of 3 months. And I looked at him and I said, you just made somebody a new manager and he can't tell me that? He wanted to go into some big long lesson about something I don't understand because I can't understand the words coming from his mouth. But you made somebody a manager that doesn't even know your program.
Well, that was the thing that I said, was that it seems like all of the teachers are all doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Each teacher has their own thing, and then we come in, and that's why we're getting many different versions of answers, because depending on who you ask, the answer is going to be different. But we were told that's exactly what he wanted to stop.
Yeah.
Was this idea of everybody doing their own thing. But nothing has been done to stop it. Nothing has been done to bring together what people are doing and give a clear, coherent way of this is how we're going to operate in this center, which can only come from the top. It can't come from anybody else, because a teacher can't tell another teacher how they should or shouldn't behave in their classroom. It's got to come from their manager or the owner or somebody else. But nobody is doing that work. So it's like you're gonna keep having multiple versions. And I'm not talking about like how you teach superlatives. I'm talking about how many classes there are and how many weeks that the students are gonna be there coming to class and all of that kind of stuff. The nuts and bolts, the logistics of having classes coming in and out. You know, I mean, we're still essentially hashing out what time you're supposed to start class. Because I always thought that if class starts at 7, class should start at 7.
Right, that door closes.
Imagine that.
And the teacher starts talking.
And we're being told other things, like not 7, but some other time. You know. And when we first started, end time was one thing, and now it's something else. And it's like it keeps changing, and everybody keeps saying, but I do. It's like, but you're not supposed to be doing this on your own. This should be set in stone because somebody's got to be in your classroom. You're going to be there and most likely get up and leave, and somebody else and a whole other class is going to come in that room. So we all have to be on the same page with start and stop times. Anyway. So number 2 of my things was I hate being wrong in all things due to not being told. If you want to follow the Traveling Farrs, you can find us at the YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, iTunes, Spotify, or any place good podcasts are sold for no money at the Traveling Farrs. If you like the Instagram or the Twitters, Traveling Farrs. If you like email and you want to send it to the Karen lady, travelingfars@gmail.com. Are we getting any emails at travelingfars@gmail.com?
We are, in fact.
I hear nothing about this. So.
I'm going to be speaking at a conference for families who would like to learn about traveling abroad, living abroad, finding work abroad, and that was an email that I got in fact 2. I've got 2 of those where.
So we've got 2 whole emails at the
No,
email address travelingfars@gmail.com.
We get a lot of emails,
Oh.
but not all of them are.
Is it all junk mail?
Some of them are like, hey, we want you to be our brand ambassador.
I'll be a brand ambassador, but we're going to do it on your dime.
Right. You have to order the thing and then.
That's called a customer.
Right.
That's not a brand
I gotta buy it
ambassador.
from you and you're not giving me anything, and that's just said, come buy.
So
my
you
thing.
get my money and you get an endorsement? I don't think so. All right. And the blog space. TheTravelingFars.blueberry.net. No E's in the Blueberry, which Blueberry was messing up, and I can't figure out why our last podcast is not coming out on the Blueberry. It did something weird in the thing, and it's not showing up. So I'm going to try to fix that and get this uploaded.
What was the date of that one?
It was not last week, but the week before. It did not go up. It did not come out. It did not even post on Blueberry.
Well.
Like the all the writing about the post was on there. I took off the post because there was nothing there. There was no audio. And then so it showed that, but then at the bottom where you have the player, it wasn't there.
I noticed something on iTunes podcasts now. You can do the episode webpage. So if you can't find one of the podcasts that you want to hear, you can touch episode webpage and it'll just take you right to the Blueberry
So now we gotta put that in the thing
from
once we get the interwebs.
podcasts on Apple.
Hopefully one day we'll get the internet here at home, and then we can, be better on the uploading. If you go to the YouTubes, things are still dropping on the YouTube. Old episodes, stuff is still going there. So you can still get your YouTube fix from the Traveling Farrs. It's still going.
Are we going to be doing the NADPOD Homo this year?
Napod Homo,
I'm telling y'all right
I have
now,
a feeling
it happens.
that I let's put it like this. If I can edit, which Aaron's computer, our main workhorse for editing, is having its issues now. But if I can edit, then we can still have an episode of something come out, and we could probably get one episode on YouTube per day, or at least close to it. But we could never do it on Blueberry anyway. All of our NatPod Como stuff had to go to YouTube. So maybe we could do more uploads, but we gotta get internet here for me to do it. Because I can't upload, like if we did something, say, for 10 minutes because we were walking somewhere, or we were doing a thing, or we just wanted to talk about something real quick, and then upload it. We've gotta be able to upload it from here. We can't.
Yeah.
There's no other place to upload it, so.
Alright.
Also,
And
check
we
out
definitely
our
can't use
Patreon.
our phones. Again? Say that
Check
again.
out our Patreon. Patreon.com/thetravelingfarrs. We've got things.
She can't see this, but you can see this.
I can see it.
It's down there.
Can they see the links for the merch shops that have new merch on
It's
them?
in the
See,
description.
the link in the do all the things that
But
YouTubers
no.
tell you to do.
Below is the merch shop.
There are some Halloween merch up.
Below.
Some new Keegan art up. There's some new Raptor Claw Studio art up.
And the GoFundMe thing.
And
It might be up there. It might be not.
if you'd like to send us a Cash App gift for our birthday, we would be happy to accept it. And you could do $ the Traveling Farrs is our Cash App.
Or you can join our Patreon. We have
You already talked about it.
Yeah, I know, but
Why are you going back to Patreon? I already flashed it up here. I'm not putting it back. Look, man, we don't want to hear your spiel.
The tiers.
Go check out the Patreon. Check out the
We got
tiers.
tears.
We got tiers, as well as tiers. That's it. That's all I got.
Can't believe it.
Have a great
Say
day.
goodbye to the people, man. Say goodbye to the people.
Bye.
Peace.